Living Local Carolina with Katie Turner. Local trends, shopping, dining, and more. This is Living Local Carolina.
Welcome back to Living Local Carolina, everyone. I'm so excited to be at Quilting at the Beach today. I saw this place when we were driving down the road and I thought I have to stop in here, and I'm joined by Barbara. How are you today?
I'm very good. Welcome to our store.
Thank you.
And we have a lot going on in here. We have tons of fabric. We do sewing classes, beginner classes. We do handbags. It's been in business for 25 years.
Yeah.
And it's a family-owned business, so we're very happy about that. And you know, we basically show people how to sew.
Mm-hmm.
Like I say, there's a beginner class to do quilts. We also, like I say, do a lot of handbags, and right now apparel is very big.
Oh,
So
patterns
in fact,
and
yeah.
stuff?
So I was just looking on the computer and looking to see what patterns are coming up. And I mean, there's shirts, there's jumpsuits, so like I say, apparel is becoming very big. It's a fun hobby.
Yeah.
It's a very addicting hobby.
That we know, because my own grandmother has been addicted to sewing for years now. She has so much fabric. And you said that you started doing this 12 years ago.
I started doing this 12 years ago. I had about 1 year under my belt.
Mm-hmm.
And since I came here, I mean, I've learned so much, and all the girls that work here, all of us have been here 11 or 12 years.
Wow.
We don't even, I guess the newest girl we have here is maybe 2 years that she's been here. But otherwise, and we're all old people.
Hey, this is a fun way to pass the time, you know?
Well,
and you're going to show me how to do something today,
yes, we
right?
are. Yes, I am.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a Janome Skyline 6. It's a very popular machine. What we're just going to do today is sew 2 blocks together. So once you sew a bunch of blocks together, then you sew all those together.
Mm-hmm.
So all I'm going to do is put this here. We're going to put down the presser foot. And underneath here is your pedal, so you'll hit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you want me to hit the pedal?
Sure.
Okay. What happens when I hit the pedal?
It's going to go. It's sewing.
Do I need to touch anything?
You just guide it.
I'm doing it.
And then,
And then stop?
yep.
Okay,
Right, this
foot
is
off the pedal.
Right. And this is a scissor. So it just cuts the thread for you.
Oh,
We
geez.
lift this up and catch that fabric before, so it doesn't fall. Okay.
There you
now
go.
Open it up,
That was easy enough.
and you've got Mario sewn together.
Okay. So you could make a quilt out of a bunch of these?
Yes.
Are these called fat quarters?
No, fat
Fat
quarters.
squares?
These are just 6.5 inch squares.
Okay.
Fat quarters are 18 by 22 inches of fabric.
Okay, not to be confused with what this is.
Right. Well, we have 2.5 inch pieces. We have 5 inch, which are charms. That's what they're working with today.
I
We
bet that
have
takes a
charm
long
packs.
time to do a quilt out
We
of
have
that.
layer cakes.
What's a layer cake?
That's a 10 inch square. Yeah, there's
There's a lot to learn when
Right.
it comes to this sort of
right.
thing.
So, and do you want to walk around the store? Or you want to?
Yeah, we should take a look around the store so you can show me what you guys have here. Thank you so much, Barbara,
Oh, you're
for having me
welcome.
around the store today. I know somebody's watching right now and they want to know where to find you guys and where to stay connected online. How can they do that?
Okay, we're at quiltingatthebeach.com, and if you get onto Facebook, we have a ton of stuff on Facebook. So everybody's more than welcome to come and visit us.
Come visit Quilting at the Beach.
Yep.
And what is y'all's address?
3246 Waccamaw Boulevard.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
Guys, this is such a treat. I am joined by Ranger Mike, and we are at Atalaya Castle. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. So good to see you.
I've been looking forward to this for a very long time. I want you to tell me all about this place, and it's so rich in history.
Indeed, it is. In fact, this is it's a National Historic Landmark.
Yeah.
One of only two that we have in the South Carolina State Park Service.
All right, so tell me the story.
So this was the winter home of Archer and Anna Hyatt Huntington. Those are the people who built Brookery Gardens, which is literally right across the street. Anna was a world-famous sculptor who made a self-made woman. She was considered probably the 10th wealthiest self-made woman in the country at the time she married her husband, Archer Huntington. Archer was one of the wealthiest men in the country. He'd inherited a vast fortune from his father, Hollis B. Huntington. Made the original Huntington family fortune with California Gold Rush, selling supplies to folks hoping to buy gold. Turns out that's where the real money was. Then invested that into Transcontinental Railroad, helping to build the first railroad, unite East and West Coast of the country together, and then invested in the Newport News shipyard. So Archer's his only son inherited this vast fortune from his father.
And clearly he did a pretty good job spending some of that.
He did. In fact,
I might say so.
yeah, so Archer actually devoted his whole life to philanthropy, giving that fortune away.
Yeah.
He used to joke about himself that wherever he put his foot down, a museum was sure to string on. That was kind of his hobby.
Yeah.
In addition to building Brookery Gardens, he also built the Mariner Museum in Newport News and the American Hispanic Society Museum in New York City.
That's incredible. And to think we have this gorgeous structure now to come here and enjoy. It's a little different than it probably was back in the day when they were living here.
A little bit, yeah. So what actually brought the Huntingtons to South Carolina? They had very fine estates in New York and Connecticut. But shortly after they were married, Anna had been diagnosed with tuberculosis. So it was actually a search for health in a warmer climate that brought the Huntingtons originally to South Carolina, which still brings a lot of folks here. And nowadays, that huge chunk of land is now mostly Brookery Gardens, but 2,500 acres on the east side of Highway 17 became Huntington Beach State Park in 1960. And then also parts of the land that they own on Sadie Island and the Waccamaw River are now parts of the Waccamaw Wildlife Refuge.
Wow. And you can come and see this castle today, but what is there actually to tour?
So the Atalaya Castle, which, by the way, castle is what everybody in the community called the building. It's not what they simply refer to it as Atalaya, which is Spanish for watchtower, by the way. And it refers to the very literal centerpiece of the building right behind us. Having never lived in the South before, the Huntingtons were very concerned about mosquitoes. So they built a watchtower that was really a water tower that was also meant to double as a giant bat house. They wanted bats to live in the watchtower. They wanted those bats come flying out every night eating the mosquitoes, and they figured that would solve the problem. But honestly, they hit on a more practical way of avoiding mosquitoes. That is, they just went visit in the winter times. It's never that big of an issue.
You can't really avoid the mosquitoes here in the South End,
Unless you only visit in the winter.
True. All right, Ranger Mike, I appreciate you talking to me about this. Where can people go to get tickets? Do they have to get them here? Can they get them online? How does all that?
So the admission into Atalaya is separate from the park admission. So the admission into Atalaya is $2 per person. Atalaya during the warmer months is open from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. And you can buy your tickets right here at the building. Throughout the summer, there will be guided tours of Atalaya on weekdays at 2 p.m. and on Saturdays at
Well, welcome back to Living Local Carolina. Today I'm joined in studio by Becky from the Champion Autism Network. Becky, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely. Tell me, how did you get involved with CAN in the first place?
I created CAN.
Okay.
So I have a son who's high functioning on the spectrum. We relocated here from the South Jersey area 11 years ago. And you know, there's all these wonderful organizations that support the person with autism, you know, therapies and speech and ABA, but there's nothing for the family. And so we started in 2013 with our sensory friendly movies. People came out to them and they were so excited to be somewhere where everybody got it and understood. They asked what else was there. So we took surveys and collected data, and we started a training program for restaurants because that was the number one thing our parents wanted to do. So we started to educate restaurants, and then I was like, okay, if you're gonna, like I said, invite the autism world to come out and play, everybody needs to know how to treat them and what's going on. So the travel initiative started in 2016, and that's when we became a 501c3 and incorporated, and we've just been kind of off and running ever since.
You're really covering all the bases though, from the educational standpoint to actually just providing them something to do. But from your standpoint, what has it felt like being able to actually educate somebody that had no idea what autism was? How does that feel to you as a mom too?
It's really wonderful and refreshing, you know, and it's not embraced by everybody or every business, and that's okay, right? We're just happy that most businesses and people in the community feel it's the right thing to do. And really, it's not rocket science. Generally speaking, you know, you just have to kind of lead with love, and like in a restaurant or pretty much anywhere, if you have light switches and a volume control, you're halfway there in supporting people. Then it's just learning tips and tricks about, you know, what to do, how to treat people, these autism families in your restaurants or your stores or at your resorts, and you know what kind of support they might need, and then what to look out for in case there's a runner or an eloper, how to handle that situation.
A little patience goes a long way too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Well, good morning and thanks so much for joining us today again on Living Local Carolina. Today I am joined in studio by Michelle Gerald. How are you doing?
I'm great, thank you.
All right, you are the founder of SIS. What does SIS stand for?
Sisters Inspiring Sisters. We're always looking for volunteers to help. We're always needing funding. If you know, if you would like to donate funds, we're always looking for that, because a lot of it I do out of pocket. A lot of it I do myself. And so if I could mention anything else, it would be that we always need volunteers to help give out the food, to help give out the blankets and those things. We did a back to school drive. I was granted a Small Smiles grant, and they asked me what would I do, and I said with that I wanted to make sure that our children in my neighborhood were able to be children for a day. We had the bouncy house out. We had people to connect with us and just, you know, cook food, and we had Sisters United, they donated 100 baggies of school supplies. Brothers United were on the grill. Myrtle Beach, the neighborhood services of Myrtle Beach, they were out there giving out popcorn. The police came by, the fire truck came by, and we had all these games set up for the kids. And I do that every year, back to school drive every year, but this year I was able to, with that grant, make it big. So I'm always collecting school supplies. I'm always collecting clothes, just anything that you can think of that someone may need that they don't have. I collect, and funding is also a big part, because again, I do it all out of my pocket. A lot of it I do out of my pocket. So we're always collecting through. If I could say anything, it would be just connect with me if you have anything to donate. Nothing's too small.
All right, how can people get in contact with you?
You can find me on social media, on Facebook. Look up SIS and SIS-Sisters Inspiring Sisters. Everything is up there, the new events and any information that you may need. My contact information is all on there. If you would like to email me, that email address is sisinformation2018@gmail.com.
We'll be back right after this break with more Living Local Carolina.
I'm Katie Turner, and welcome to my guest bedroom, or should I say guest bathroom, because that's where we're going to be hanging out today. I had to do a little project this weekend, and I always talk about how I'm doing DIY stuff on the weekends and thrift shopping, and I've been so excited to do this all week, so I figured I might as well take you guys with me. So what we're doing today, before you get scared, I have done this before. I am painting the cabinets in this bathroom. So I did this to my kitchen about a year ago with very similar paint. I'm not doing anything super fancy, and I just want to prove that you can do this yourself at home if you use the right paint. The paint that I'm going to be using is a self-leveling paint that doesn't require stripping or sanding. All you have to do is just clean off the cabinets really, really thoroughly and then paint. There's a little bit of a technique to it, so I'll go over that in a little bit, but I figured it would be fun just for us to hang out and you guys watch me paint some stuff today, so let's get started. Okay, so these are the cabinets that I'm going to be painting today. I bet a lot of you recognize this nice orangey toned wood. As you can see, these did get a little bit scratched up. This happened before I moved in. So I don't feel so bad about painting over this. It would be so much more work to try and restain these. So the first thing I'm going to do is take the hardware off of these, and then we're going to clean them super well and get them all nice and prepped for painting. I have to say, this is like the first time I've ever done something like this on camera, so expect a lot of bloopers because I normally am just kind of chaotic and do this maybe not the most professional way, but I was telling Will that doing this on camera, I think will require me to do a decently good job, and I think that's good for me, you know? All right, now that the hardware is off, you have to give these a very thorough clean. Like I said before, you don't have to sand these or do any other prep work other than cleaning them really well with a multi-purpose cleaner. I'm gonna get all the nooks and crannies. I'm getting the insides. I'm gonna, move the drawers. Now, before you ask, Katie, are you gonna take the doors off? You're taking the doors off, surely. Nope, I'm not taking the doors off. You know why? Because I hate doing that. And you can honestly still do a good job with the doors on. That's how we did it in the kitchen, and I'm so happy that I never took the doors off, because while you do have to kind of work around the hinges and everything, I'm gonna tape those up pretty well. It's so annoying to try and put them back on, and people say that they will take their cabinet doors off and they never get them back on straight. They just never look the same, so I just don't want that to happen to me. Okay, now that we're going to be painting, I'm putting on my painting shoes. Now that the prep work is done, it's time to start painting. So the paint that we're using today is the Heirloom Traditions All-in-One paint. I ordered this online. They had a lot of colors to choose from. Today we are using Almond, which is kind of an off-white that's supposed to have pretty neutral tan undertones, and I thought it would go nicely with this granite and with my floor. And what I love about this kind of paint is it's really pretty much foolproof. Like, I can't mess this up. You basically just brush it in and get it into all the little nooks and crannies of the cabinets. And then you take a roller and you're going to roll and get the brush strokes out. So let's get started. This is the quick and dirty rough coat. Do not be alarmed. It's obviously not going to look like this whenever we're done, but it will look much better after the second and maybe a third coat. We'll see if we need to do that. But now we're just gonna wait for this to dry for a little bit, and I'll come back in a moment.
Don't forget to like our page on Facebook and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. How to use the QR code. Just open the camera app on your smartphone, iPad, or tablet. Point your device at the QR code so the QR code appears on your screen. Your device will recognize the QR code and show you a notification. Click that notification and you'll come to our website. Living Local Carolina, weekday mornings at 9:30 on WBTW News 13.